What's up, guys? New York Sports Up here, back at it with another late night New York Giants video. And this is going to be a video about the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks game, why I think the Giants stand a good chance to beat this team. Now, I already made a video a couple days ago about in the title I said, do the Giants stand a chance against the Seattle Seahawks? And I eventually, in the video, I said why I think they do. I'm going to talk about, again, why they do stand a chance to beat this team and why they very well could beat the Seahawks, and just how crazy is it that the Giants are 4-7, and with no Daniel Jones, most likely, and no Saquon Barkley, the Giants have a chance to beat the Seattle Seahawks. I have never been more impressed at a 4-7 team in my life. This is probably the best 4-7 team ever assembled. And the Giants don't have, any sexy players. I mean, I guess James Bradberry, maybe you could call him a sexy player, but again, I feel like he's very underrated. You don't really hear a lot of guys talking about, oh, look how the ways James Bradberry is playing this year. You really don't hear a lot of people talking about him. And I feel like he's one of the more underrated defensive players in the league. I feel like he's just a really, really, really good player. And I feel like you don't hear a lot of people talking about how well Bradberry has played this year. And, guys like Blake Martinez and Wayne Gallman, Daniel Jones, Dexter Lawrence, B.J. Hill, Andrew Thomas even. The Giants have a lot of players that a lot of people aren't really talking about. And the Giants, even though they're 4-7, this is the best 4-7 team ever assembled. And the Giants have a good chance to beat a Seattle Seahawks team that is 8-3. How crazy is that? I don't know if it's just me, but I have a good feeling on Sunday that the Giants can keep the winning streak up. With no Daniel Jones and no Saquon Barkley, Xavier McKinney, probably won't play the whole game, but again, we're going to get to see a better look of Xavier McKinney on Sunday, so that's going to be very exciting. It's going to be very tough. I would not be surprised if they lose. I'm pretty sure the Seahawks are the heavy favorites, and I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be picking them. But with no Daniel Jones, and no Saquon Barkley, the Giants have a chance to beat the Seattle Seahawks, who are 8-3. And I thought the Seahawks coming into the season would have been a Super Bowl contender. I mean, they still are. I'm not saying they aren't, but again, a 4-7 Giants team that was predicted to do nothing this year and is in first place in the NFC least and has a chance to beat a 8-3 Seattle Seahawks team. How crazy is that? This is the most underrated team in football. This team comes out every week. Doesn't matter if they're playing the Steelers. Doesn't matter if they're playing the Bengals. Doesn't matter if they're playing the Jets. Doesn't matter if they're playing the Chiefs, the Packers. It does not matter. The Giants are going to come out and they're going to try to win the game as much as they can. They never gave up. They're resilient. They're a good football team. They're always in it. You can't count them out, and you usually can't count the opponents out because they never make it easy. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But this Giants team comes out every week and they're going to fight. They don't care if they have, the best receiving core in the league, the best defense, and the best quarterback in football. It does not matter. This Giants team is going to come out and they're going to try to win the game. And that's what I love about this Giants team. In my opinion, the New York Giants, people are going to call me crazy for this, even at 4-7, are the most underrated team in football. And they might not be this year, but next year, even if they do win the division, and they're probably going to lose in their first round, but next year, this Giants team with a softer schedule, and they can, make some moves in the offseason, maybe for a number one receiver and a cornerback, this Giants team can be scary, and it's a team to watch out for in the playoffs, because this team can beat good teams. They almost beat the Tampa Bay Bucks. They played pretty much 2.5 quarters against the Steelers. They started to run away with it at the end, but again, it wasn't a complete blowout, and the Steelers were 11-0. I know a lot of people consider them overrated, but again, they're still 11-0. And the Giants, who are 4-7, played a competitive football game 3.5 quarters in. This Giants team is going to come out and they're going to fight. And that was a much different team week 1 than they are now in week 13. This Giants team is going to come out. I don't care, how good the Seahawks roster is. I don't care how sexy their roster is. This Giants team is going to come out on Sunday, and they're going to try to win this football game without their star quarterback, with a journeyman quarterback in there who has not played in, 3 years, is going to come out, and the Giants actually have a decent enough chance to beat the Seattle Seahawks, who are 8-3, and who are considered a Super Bowl contender. How crazy is that? If you look at this team overall, this defense is going to come out, they're going to fight. The Seahawks, again, do not have a good pass defense. So if Colt McCoy can be serviceable, the Giants can win this game. Now, I know this video is kind of similar to what, the video I made a couple days ago about do the Giants stand a chance against the Seahawks. But again, I also kind of wanted to acknowledge how underrated this team is. I mean, even though they're 4-7, they've had a lot of games slip away from them. That game against the Eagles, Evan Ingram drops the ball. If he catches that ball, we have 5 wins. Most likely. The refs didn't overturn 2 touchdowns, which should have never been overturned. We'd have 6 wins. And the game against the Bucks, Daniel Jones doesn't throw two costly interceptions. We'd have 7 wins. This Giants team has been competitive in every game besides the Niners game. This team has been competitive. This team fights, and I've never been more proud to be a New York Giants fan. And I have Giants pride. Sorry about that. I have Giants pride heading into Sunday in a game against a 8-3, arguably the best team in the NFC, in the Seattle Seahawks. Without Daniel Jones and without Saquon Barkley, call me crazy, I think the Giants have a chance to win this game. And I'm pretty sure a lot of other Giants fans might think the same way, because this Giants team is just... They've impressed me. This Giants team has impressed me because they come out every week and they are going to play their butts off, and they're going to try to win every single game. It does not matter who they're playing. They're not going to be scared of them. They're going to come out and try to win the game. They almost beat the Bucks. Daniel Jones doesn't throw 2 interceptions. We could have beaten the Bucks, and the Bucks are a very good team. They're no team, to sneeze at. They're a good team, we almost beat the Steelers. We played 3.5 good quarters against the Steelers. We lost by 8 points to the Rams. 1 blown coverage. The game would have been a lot even closer, The Rams have one of the best defenses in the league. Daniel Jones really struggled. But, anyway, the Giants' defense played great in that game. This team is going to come out. They're going to fight on Sunday, and they're going to give us a chance. This defense especially is going to come out and give us a chance to beat a very, very good Seattle Seahawks team. Giants fans, I want to know your expectations. I'm pretty sure they're low. My expectations are low too. But the Giants might lose. They very well could lose, but no doubt in my mind, the Giants are going to come out. They're going to come out and fight, and they're going to try to win this football game. And I've never been more proud to be a Giants fan. And I just wanted to point out that delay in the video was my phone is always dead. Like, whenever I come out to film video, I don't know why, I never charge my phone. It's always at like 10%. Sorry about that. But anyway, the New York Giants, in my opinion, are the most underrated team in football, because every week, it doesn't matter who they're playing, they're not going to, bend their knee to their opponent. They're going to come out and they're going to try to win this football game, and I expect the same thing from the New York Giants on Sunday. It's going to be a little bit of a, kind of a pep talk hype, a hype video. The Giants have a big, a chance here to take a leapfrog in the division. They have a chance to take a 1-game lead, because if Washington loses to the Steelers, which they probably will, because I doubt Washington's the team that's going to break the Steelers' undefeated streak. So, their 11-game win streak, I doubt Washington's the team that's going to find a way to finally beat the Steelers. So, I bet they lose. I bet Dallas and Philadelphia loses. The Giants beat the Seahawks. And a lot of people are going to look at each team's roster is going to say, oh, the Giants have no chance. They're going to get blown out. No. The Giants are going to come out. They're going to fight for 60 minutes, and they're going to try to win this football game. So, Giants fans, I'm just going to say this. Don't make your expectations too high, because they have a chance. They very well could lose. Because Colt McCoy has never had success in the NFL. I think the last win he had was in 2017. But again, this Giants defense is very good. It's way better than people think. And the Seahawks defense isn't necessarily great. So if Colt McCoy can be serviceable, he has a full week to prepare now. The Giants have a chance to win this game. And I believe they have a good chance, a solid chance. I'm not going to say a good chance. I want to say they have a decent chance to beat the Seahawks on Sunday. Call me crazy. I think the Giants can win on Sunday. Giants, I have a feeling. I have a good feeling. I have a good feeling that the Giants have a really good chance to win on Sunday. I really do. Call me crazy. I think the Giants can win on Sunday. I want to know Giants fans' expectations going into the game. Are you confident? Are you not confident? Honestly, I am confident, but again, the team we're facing, very good team. They have a lot of weapons. Metcalf, Lockett, Chris Carson, Hyde, Russell Wilson, of course. They have a ton of weapons on offense. But again, their pass defense isn't very good. Colt McCoy can be serviceable. Defense steps up. We can win this football game. The Giants can do these little things. They can beat this team. And I think they have a much better chance than people think to beat the Seahawks on Sunday. So that's going to do it for this one. Want to know your thoughts. Do you think the Giants are as underrated, as I think they are? Because I really do think this team is so underrated. And they're not a team to be, to sneeze at. Even though their record doesn't show it. This Giants team is way better than what their record shows. This team's going to come out and they're going to fight on Sunday. I'm not expecting the Giants to win. I'm not going to be very upset if they lose. Because, we're not, with no Daniel Jones, against one of the best teams in the NFC, us as Giants fans shouldn't expect much, because we still could be in first place even if we do lose. So I'm not going to be too upset if they lose. All I want the Giants to do is come out, Don't give up. Play for 60 minutes and try to beat the Seattle Seahawks team, and I'll be happy. So that's going to do it for this one. Want to know your expectations in the game. That's about the third time I've said that. Want to know, Giants fans, down in the comments below. Want to know your expectations of the game down in the comments below. How do you think Colt McCoy is going to play? Do you think he'll be any better than last week? Want to know your thoughts down in the comments below. Seahawks are a good team. I think the Giants have a chance to beat them, and I feel like, people around the NFL that are counting us out shouldn't count us out, because the Giants have a much better chance than people think to win this football game. I'm proud to be a Giants fan right now, and I'm so happy with with this team right now. So I want to know your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on do you think we'll win, do you think we'll lose? I want to know that down in the comments below. So that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you guys next time. Let's go Giants.